What's going on, Colts Nation? I'm Lawrence Owen, back with another edition of Colts Law. I just want to let you guys know straight up, yes, I'm doing gaming videos as well. Just a little something to spring out there. I put it in my gaming section on my channel. So, you'll see games, you'll see this kind of stuff, you'll see Believe. I'm just branching out all over the place. I need to find a niche and do as much as I can in all different directions. I know a lot of you are waiting for my all 22s. I was sick last week. The week before, my internet was all messed up. I had issues doing any kind of content. I've already gotten a hold of Donald. We're going to get some Believe in Colt stuff up this week. We're going right back at it, okay? Right back at it. It's just the last 2 weeks was rough on me. I still got to come up with a little bit more money by in 2 days, right? For current bills that I've got going on. But other than that, it's time to get back and talk about Colts. All right, the Indianapolis Colts, and not just the Colts, but the AFC South in general. All right, look, we're going up against some pretty high potent offenses in the league, especially in our own division. All right, right now, we just watched what the Houston Texans could do, right, offensively. The Jacksonville Jaguars, when they're on it and they're not hurt, Jacksonville took a slide the last 6 weeks of the season, mainly because they lost a lot of people on offense, right? Some of their big guys, right? Texans, they lost some guys as well and still was able to step up and do stuff. I feel like the Indianapolis Colts offense with Gardner Minshew at quarterback, right? With Gardner Minshew at quarterback and Jonathan Taylor not even really getting kicked into full gear until the last couple weeks of the season, we were a top 10 scoring offense in the league. We were 10th in the NFL in scoring. That's pretty impressive. I feel like with Anthony Richardson, that's going to open up so much more with the tight ends, and Alec Pierce and some of the receivers. I feel like our running game will do even better as long as Richardson can play, stay healthy. Now, will we bring back Gardner Minshew? I don't know. If we don't, we need, personally, I hear and see what you guys are saying, get someone similar, to Anthony Richardson, some guy like maybe Tyler Huntley from the Ravens or something like that. Get it. I understand. I wouldn't be opposed to bringing Philip Walker back. Right? Because he's kind of a similar style quarterback. Any guys like that, I feel like would be a good situational setup for our offense for the season. Defensively, we need help. Defensively, I feel like that is the main focus that the Indianapolis Colts need to focus on during this offseason, because we got all these offenses in the AFC South, and we got to win the AFC South, damn it. We got to win the AFC South. In order, that's goal number one. And we got all these offenses we have to deal with, and our defense just isn't able to do it. We, collectively, our defensive line, pretty darn good. Right? Pretty darn good. We need a formidable edge presence. Okay? A guy who's going to get a lot of pressures on a consistent basis. We don't have that. All right, we got guys across the board that can get sacks. I don't think anyone on our team had 10 or more sacks this season. Again, right? Let alone consistent quarterback pressures, consistent quarterback hits from a single dude on the edge. Someone where offenses are like, we have to double this guy, right? That's something that we need to find. We need to get better also in the secondary. All right, I think our linebackers are okay. They're young. They're still learning. Even Olubi, still learning, getting up there. But we need a shutdown corner. Okay, yes, we have youth. We still have youth and inexperience. We had a season, Flowers was hurt. I get it. Baker was up and down this year. Our two rookies had their ups and down moments. But we don't have a shutdown guy, okay? Even Kenny Moore, who is an absolute stud, may or may not be back this year, right? Because his contract's up too. Love to have him back because he's one of the better, nickel corners in the league, but who knows? Yes, he is a veteran presence. I like him as a veteran presence. We need someone with absolute authority against speedsters. Dallas Flowers was our guy against speed receivers. He got hurt. And as soon as he got hurt, we no longer had speed at corner. Right? Baker was okay, but he had issues tackling. That was his biggest issue, right? Jalen Jones had issues. He'd get burnt all the time. Well, double moves, triple moves, things of that nature. And then, our second round pick, he had problems with even figuring out, really where he was supposed to be at times. And he doesn't have the speed to handle the big time fast guys. He can handle the big strong dudes perfectly fine. All right. But he doesn't have the speed to handle the quick guys. And safety, we were awful across the board. Everybody, a lot of you want to say, oh, well, look at Julian Blackmon. Look, I wouldn't mind bringing Blackmon back, but not more than $8 million a year. He wasn't that impressive. He had a lot of screw-ups as well last year, and he was the least of the screw-ups at safety. Everybody else was awful throughout the whole season. Cross was bad, right? Look, Rodney Thomas was awful at times. Guys that were letting... When you're playing safety, I don't care if you're strong or free. If you're in zone playing safety, you can't let a guy get behind you. We let too many people get behind us on this defense. Too many. Who's looking in the backfield too much, not paying attention to the guys taking deep routes, and we let too much go by us. And that's on the safeties. Unless we're playing straight up man, that is all on the safeties. Okay? Because that's their job to prevent it. And we were one of the worst teams in the NFL at preventing big plays. And that's a problem. That's a problem. So, whether it's free agency, whether it's the draft, I feel like defense still has to be that. Absolutely has to be that. I feel like a lot of you are talking about, hey, let's go get the tight end, right, at pick 15. Now, if there is a blue chip corner or blue chip pass rusher, edge rusher, at 15, you grab him. If one of those two slips and they're there, you grab him. Period. Because I feel like, look, when Anthony Richardson was in the game, was playing, those 3 total games, I would say, right? 2.5, 2 games and then 2 half games. Look, when he was in, tight ends that we had were a threat, right? Alec Pierce was a threat. He took shots to him. Drew a lot of pass interferences. But he still took shots to him. Tight ends were making big plays down the seam. All right? We need someone who could rocket the ball in the middle of the field between defenders. Gardner Minshew had problems doing that. Gardner Minshew also had problems because, Happy Feet didn't want to hold on to the ball long enough for a route to develop further than 20 yards until later on in the season. When it was obvious Alec Pierce was getting open 2-3 times a day on deep shots. And he was just not letting routes develop. Anthony Richardson would do that. All right. Another player similar to him would be able to do that. Someone that's got a cannon for an arm to be able to get it in tight spaces. Doesn't have to be the most accurate. Just get it there. Defensively, we need to get better. I feel like our defense is not what it was last year, let alone back when the Eberflus days. You might dislike Eberflus all you want. We were a top 10 defense, top 10 run defense. We were a top 5 run defense, top 10 overall defense in points allowed with him. We're a bottom 10 in points allowed, yardage allowed, all that stuff. Passing, we were bottom 5. No, actually, I think we were middle of the field. I think we climbed back to the middle of the field by the second half of the season. But still. And they did get a little bit better as they got more experience. But we still need the stud guys, right? We got a nice group of okay players in our defense. We need some studs because we have to defend. I don't want to shoot out with teams. I don't want to have to shoot out. I want to be able to walk in and be like, look, we just held the Texans to 13 points on the day, right? You hold a team 13 points, you should win. 2 or 3 plays. That's all it was, difference between allowing a team 30 points and allowing a team 13 points. 2 or 3 plays. And having that little bit of extra elite on defense would help out a ton. I'm not saying not to improve our offense. I'm not saying if something is there, go get it and don't go get him. Absolutely. I mean, if it's available, you got a shot to upgrade. Sure, upgrade. All right? I'm just saying that the defense should be the priority over the offense this offseason. That's just my thought process. A lot of you might disagree with me, and I understand that. Okay? Still got some stuff I'm working with on the All-22. Like I said, I was sick all last week. Okay? And then I'm getting into this, video gaming thing, so it is what it is. I'm going to be doing both. I'm going to be pumping out a bunch of stuff. But I'd appreciate y'all. Look, y'all want to help support the channel. Obviously, hitting the like button and subscribing is absolutely wonderful, and I appreciate that. If you want to go a little bit further than that, feel free and use the Streamlabs right up here. It's also the link, the direct link is in the description. That would help out a ton. I just need, I ain't going to say how much more, but the last game that I did, the live game reaction, I got some good, or was it two live game reactions ago? I got some really nice help there. It almost covers, but not quite. And I am this close. So any extra help I appreciate. Thank you so much. I will be pumping out as much as I can here shortly. But if you have any suggestions, have any questions, comments, anything of that nature, feel free, drop them in the comments. Don't forget, check out my Patreon. Link is in the description as well. As long as my Twitter, you can go follow me there. And until next time, as usual, I'm Lawrence Owen. This is Colts Law, and I want you have a good one.